This is crucial evidence against Zachary Hughes, kind of, you know, getting into the nexus of why and how, not so much, some explanation for why he gets involved in all this and why he's going after and kills Christina Parcell. Because he's friends with John Mello, and John Mello is telling him or asking him to do all these things to her. And then he ultimately murders her. But is it just because they're in a custody battle, or is there more to it? Like, does Zachary Hughes believe that this little girl that he met on the street one day when he was playing piano and met with John Mello in the streets of Greenville, did she believe this child was being trafficked or abused by her mother, being sexually exploited? Is there more to it? Because if there is, the jury's not going to know about it. Because it's all been excluded, all the child porn, all the prostitution, everything, it's out. It is not part of the case. And I feel like the jury here is only getting half the story, regardless of who it helps or hurts. I think it could help prosecutors, really. It could help the defense, too, because it makes the victim look so bad. But it could explain why this defendant would do this. I need help. Oh, yeah, I need help. Let's bring in the think tank. Joining us tonight, and trial attorney, big case Michael Jaafar is with us. Michael, I could see myself making a very compelling argument to the jury as a prosecutor with all this evidence in that they don't want in. That this man was, you know, made to believe, or maybe it's actually true, that this girl was a victim. But we don't support vigilantism. And yeah, she was bad, but you know, there's a time and a place to bring these allegations, and it's in family court, and it's to go file a criminal thing. We don't go and take people out, right? And if that's the truth, it's the truth. I mean, otherwise, I don't know what this jury thinks. Like, why would this concert pianist who has this relationship with John Mello, why is he doing this? It almost makes him look like a complete psychopath.
Exactly, especially when the jury hears about the way the murder happened. The whole thing was completely macabre, right? He's a Juilliard-trained pianist, and he's alleged to have murdered her and left rose petals around her. But I have my own conspiracy theory. My conspiracy theory is this: everything that happens outside that courtroom and before the case osmoses its way into the jury. Sequester be damned, right? My conspiracy theory is they probably know, and I'll tell you why. It is so confusing and mysterious, if I was sitting on that jury, to know why did this guy with this blonde hair, so far, there's no connection to this murder. There's no, like, you can't even convince me to go pick up food for you if you're having this custody battle, let alone get a person who's so accomplished. He didn't just go to Juilliard, he had a scholarship. Why did he murder him? I think the jury are going to be so confused and so puzzled and so mysterious. I don't think there's a chance that these jury don't already know it. I mean, Post testified wearing a jumpsuit, right? And I also believe... But
they don't know what he did. They don't know what he did or is accused of doing. They just know he did something wrong and he looks like he looks. You know, I think the only way this may come in front of this jury is if the defendant decides to testify. I mean, they've got video of him. They've got his DNA there. I think it's a strong prosecution case in terms of the evidence, but there's no explanation as to why it's all happening, which is the other half of the story, which I think he may tell. We shall see. Think Tank staying with us. Michael, I'm troubled by this because, you know, he has lots of money. He has enough money to get a lawyer from New York, right? So he certainly has enough money to hire an investigator to go to New York and get the people who produced this music video for him. And if they lost the gun, at least they could testify. But, oh, yeah, ASAP whoever brought that gun back to us. Yeah, we gave it to ASAP Rocky. We let him take it after the video shoot. He wanted to keep it, so we just gave it to him. That's all it would take, but that didn't happen.
You know why that didn't happen, Vinny? It's because it wasn't a prop gun. It was a real gun. And so I think this case has been proven. They found the shell casings. It doesn't make any sense that it was a prop gun. This was a real gun. I think the case was proven. And I think that they were way too aggressive in front of that jury. I don't think that Tacopino played well to the jury. I don't think his aggressive demeanor. I know what happened. So people like A$AP Rocky in their lives, like they have this bravado that they have. That's some of it is real, some of it is contrived. And he told this team, I've got a bunch of money. I want a pit bull attorney to go in there and damage him and hit him. And he got what he wanted. Tecopito was a pit bull, but I just don't know if that played well to the jury. I think the case has been proven. This was a real gun. It doesn't make any sense. This ASAP Relly, the complaining victim, destroyed his entire future prospects of being in that world by even making the complaint. It doesn't make any sense that it was a prop gun, and that's why they couldn't find a prop gun, because it wasn't a prop gun. Here's my response. I think Tecopito's trial strategy was good. I think his demeanor was awful. I think he could have gotten a lot further with that jury with a little bit of honey, not vinegar. Even though the prosecutor was ghetto, I agree. I think that the response should have been a little bit more demure, a little bit better. Juries hate attorneys who are pit bulls. We're the most reviled profession in the country. People come into that courtroom hoping that they don't see like an Al Pacino devil's advocate type demeanor. They don't want to see pit bull attorneys with cases like this because it plays into the stereotype they have of our profession. I think his trial strategy was flawless. I just think his demeanor was pretty bad. Good strategy is different than what you have to do. There's what you have to do, and you're correct, but good strategy would have dictated that they do that. It's not that if they didn't do it, that he should be convicted, but I think it just
what you have to do.
The jury